Hi, so today I'm going to present you the Whitman compilation by José Manuel Robles. So let's start with Song of Myself. The role presented of the individualism in this poem is that at the beginning of the poem, Whitman only talks about his experiences of everything related to him. So it can be represented in the verse you consider, which says, "I celebrate myself and sing myself." The myself referring to him. Or I love and invite my soul. I lean and loaf and at my ease observing a spirit of summer class. Everything is related to him. So that's the first part where you can see the individualism. Individualism can also be represented when Whitman shares with the readers the way he interacts with other people. You can see it in the verses such as "For every atom belonging to me, as good as belongs to you," like the relation he had with the readers. Or "For every atom belonging to me, it is the same. Sorry, I'm going to erase it. The poetic structure of Song of Myself. The first thing that I identified is that it is a free verse because it do not have measures, so it can be also defined as a speech. The second one is the rhyme that he used because he used words with similar sounds like loaf and soul. Rhythm, he repeated words to make rhyme into rhythm, like myself or assume. Uh, Conventional in style. We can see different poetic devices like the onomatopoeia because with the sound yop or yahunk. We can also see words in pairs, which are the words repeated by ant, grits and schools, or young and old men, or women and children. We can also see anaphora because he usually repeats I, and, or the, or at the beginning of his verses, and repetition because, as I said before, he repeats some words to rhythm like riddle or assume or myself. The reader involved in the poem. So I think that the reader is involved in the poem in two different ways. The first one is when Whitman interacts with the reader, like asking questions or interacting like in the first diapositive, like "For every atom belonging to me, as good as belongs to you," or asking questions like "Listen up here, what have you confided to me?" And the second way can be identified when he explains and gives some examples of the life in America and how he tastes America. Can be identified in some verses like "I bequeath myself to the deer to grow from the grass I love. I am here, I help, I came stretch of the load, I feel it soft yield," etc. The main concept, I think that is nature, because as I said before, he usually in his verses he usually said, "I love the grass, I love everything related to America." So you can see some verses like "The press of my foot, the earth springs, 100 affections," like he's like in love with America's land. This is the grass that grows wherever the land is the land is and the water is. This is the common air that breathes the globe, etc. And finally, of Song of Myself, I have the glossary, which is the first word I didn't know the meaning is loaf, which is a bread that has been baked in one large piece, so it can be cut into smaller pieces. The second one is suffice, which is to be enough. The third one is harbor, but I didn't find like the meaning for harbor, which is HARBOR, but I found the meaning for harbor, which is HARBOUR, which is the area of water near the coast where ships are kept. The third one is hazard, which is something dangerous. The fourth one is handkerchief, which is a small piece of clothes used to dry your eyes or nose. The next one is remembrance, which is the act of showing respect to the memory of someone dead. And the last one is loitering, which is to stand in place or walk slowly around without any purpose. So that's the end of Song of Myself. Now we're going with I Hear America Singing. I think that the role of individualism in this poem is divided into parts. The first one is because the first part of the poem, Whitman shares how he feels and what he listens and everything, because he also says, "I hear America sing the very carols I hear," and also it is represented when, like in collective individualism, when he talks about what he writes about the different jobs that American people have, like the mechanics or the carpentry, or when they sing as a community. So let's continue with the poetic structure. This one is a free verse. This one is also a free verse because this one has no meter. Anaphora. He repeats the at the beginning of a lot of verses. In the tone, you can see that he is proud of America, and he enjoys the freedom of America because he usually relates like the singing with the freedom. The rhythm, he used words with similar ending, they like young, song, strong, to rhyme. Conventional style. We can see some literal devices like the alliteration, which is similar to the rhythm because he repeat words with similar ending to make rhyme, like young, strong, and songs. We can see some imagery when he describes the young fellows which are robust and friendly. We can also see personification when he attributes the singing to America, and we finally can see words in pairs when he separates two words with an end, like bleed and strong. The reader is involved in the poem when Whitman, in his poem, describes the joy and the grateful he is with America of being free, the privilege that the American people have to be free. That's why he used the job example, and that's why he relates the singing with the freedom, and that's why he always say that everyone is singing because that everyone is free. Main concept. I did that. The main concept in this poem is America because he usually is speaking about the jobs in America and how grateful he is with America, the freedom of American people, and everything related to America. And finally, the glossary of I Hear America Singing is the first word that I find is blithe, which is happy and without worry. The second one is hatter, which is who produce hats. The third one is plowboy, which I didn't find like the meaning, but after searching, I found that it is a country boy. And the last one I didn't know the meaning is sundown, which is the time in the evening when you last see like the last light of the sun in the sky. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.